Welcome back, everybody. This is BVarsity Live. We've only been here for 15 minutes, and we've talked about, what have we talked about? A Gorilla, Guns N' Roses, Fleetwood Mac, the various strengths and weaknesses of John Mayer.
There are no weaknesses.
What weaknesses? And
His
World
inability
of
to
Warcraft,
hold a
Minecraft,
professional
Minesweeper. We've talked about all this stuff. What is Bryce? Nuclear?
Surface warfare officer.
Yes,
Holy moly. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit of college for Lexi because you're still a couple years away from that point. But it's time to start thinking about the recruitment process. And you say you have been contacted by some schools. What any schools sticking out to you at this point?
I think I'm just keeping my options open at this point. I don't want to like jump on anything and then regret it in the future. But I've had a dream since I was a little girl to go to Stanford.
I was going to ask you if there was a dream school.
That's the dream school.
Okay.
And the more that I'm growing up and playing tournaments and hearing about other schools, it's still a dream school, but I'm not set on it.
Else,
I think I've really drawn to the University of Texas, and Cal Poly has contacted me. Some schools in the South, like University of Louisville and University of Southern Mississippi.
It's a good thing Cameron's not here. He'd be talking Stanford up until we didn't have any more
I'll
time
still
left.
talk Stanford up.
Yeah. Well, Stanford's a pretty cool place, unless you're trying to park for the football games, and it's hell on earth. So, Trevor, you have a graphic, right, of players of the year from the past. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was looking at it last year. 10 of the 21 athletes or co-athletes of the year that we had from last season are returning. And you look at it, there's 5 of those 10 were either sophomores or freshmen last year. Lexi included, so 6 total, Lexi included on that. And I just thought it was kind of incredible to look down the line. You look at Cassidy Lamine. She was a freshman last year at Frontier when she was our girls swimmer of the year. Devontae Demison was a sophomore last year for Bakersfield when he won the 112 pounds. Is that right?
At State, he was second at 120.
Yeah, second at 120. Anastasia Julius, who was our freshman, was a freshman 2 years ago, was our tennis player of the year, and then she was that's fine. And then she was a co-player of the year last year with Delaney Roach. Both of them only juniors this year. Delaney's over Bakersfield Christian, and you look at Caleb Johnson over East. He was our tennis player of the year. So a lot of youth, and I like this. I think it's kind of unique. You're seeing this more and more where kids are coming in and they're high-end athletes. But for us, I like it because, like with Lexi, that first conversation you have with an athlete, it's a little different because they're talking to somebody they don't know. We're talking to somebody we don't know. But as the years go on, we learn more about them. We tell their stories in a different aspect because we're more comfortable with them. They're more comfortable with us. And I think it kind of just lends itself to both sides that, you get a better story told over the years. And it's fun to watch them kind of mature, not only as athletes, but as people too.
And I'm going to guess, Lexi, that when you were a freshman and you win Player of the Year, it's nice, but maybe it doesn't hit you as much as it does now. Does it mean more as you go on in high school?
I don't know, because I actually remember vividly my dad told me that I had gotten Player of the Year, and I had just come home from a really difficult tournament. I did not play well. And
this is as a freshman now?
This is a freshman, and I was feeling very down on myself. And my dad said, "Oh, hey, by the way, you just got BVarsity Player of the Year." And I cried because I was so overwhelmed with emotion because I didn't expect expect that. And I think just as the years go on, it's it was really big to me that I got it my freshman year, and the fact that I can repeat that has been really nice.
And maybe that's because your brother got it and your dad has been coaching. So maybe that. I'm guessing some of these other athletes, maybe it doesn't hit them. BVarsity, lifting spirits since 1953. We need to get that on a T-shirt. Yeah.
I thought a cool moment that I witnessed with Lexi last year was after you won the Valley title. One of the first things you did is you went out, you hugged mom and dad, but then you called Bryce. And I thought that was a cool moment where you're like, "Hey, big brother, I did what you didn't do." Because didn't Bryce get didn't he share the title?
He lost in a playoff, I believe.
Bryce lost in a 6-hole playoff.
Yeah, that was
at
ridiculous.
Madeira.
So you hold that over Big Brother, and I thought that moment for me was one of those unique moments that I keep for myself.
Yeah,
so
I think because I had talked to him before I played, and he told me, he said, I want to hear how it goes. I win or lose, I want to know how it goes, and I wouldn't have called him that quickly if I lost. We know that, but
It would have been a text.
Bryce and I have these conversations about tournaments, and it's really nice because we don't always get to talk much, but when we do, it's always a really nice conversation.
That was at Buena Vista, right?
Yes.
So that's a course too that holds near and dear to your family's heart too.
Oh,
because your
yes.
uncle is the course record holder up there, right?
He was at one point or still is. I don't
Yeah.
know if he still is, but he was at one point.
Yeah.
What's the record?
63? 2?
I do that in my sleep.
Over nine holes.
It's something really ridiculous like that.
Yeah,
That's
something almost
incredible.
untouchable, right?
Right. Just ridiculous.
Tell us what the rest of the season looks like for you guys. You have a few more league tournaments, and then where is the Valley this year for individual and team?
Individual Valley is at Valley Oaks in Visalia.
Right.
And I don't know where Team Valley is.
It's probably
back up at Madera again.
it's probably up north, either at Madera or at Sunnyside.
haven't even
Madera. Love that.
Valley Oaks, have you played there?
I have not.
Okay. So
Will
that'll
you
be
try
something.
to play that at some point, like on a Saturday?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try and get a practice round in and just kind of get a feel for the golf course before the day of the tournament.
So you guys are now 3 league tournaments into the season. Is that right? Three?
4.
Wow. So
4.
fourth was on Monday. You've seen a lot of the action. What other girls do you like? Obviously, Macy Mills, who won the first one
Right.
when you guys were over at Riverdale. She had that really, I mean, you were there. The eagle that she had was off
man.
the first hole. I mean, that's
was
just
gnarly.
one of those. Yeah, that was awesome. So, kind of Caitlin Alvarez, obviously, another one for Liberty.
Right.
Other girls that you've seen some promise out of this year?
I've seen privilege or promise out of those girls. I've been privileged to play with them and grow up watching them. I think that Brandy Bourgeon from Centennial has a lot of potential. It's weird because a lot of the girls that we played with as underclassmen, they're all gone. So I'm like looking back at it. I know Maddie Daniel from BCHS
Right.
is always a solid player. You can never really count her out of anything. And Kaylee Ire from Frontier is also very solid. And I just think that there's a lot of talent in this league this year, and it definitely keeps things interesting.
I'm just making a mental note that we need to include the word gnarly in more stories.
I am
really do.
100%. Remember,
Yeah.
it starts with a G.
Are you really giving me spelling tips?
No.
Trevor Horn? I'm going to call you out on that.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so now you're the defending champion. Different feeling. Is there?
bit.
Can you feel the target, or are you just sort of going about your own business?
I think if I really sat down and thought about it, I'm sure I could feel it. I'm sure. But I think that if I just ignore it, because
Yeah.
you can't change it. There's nothing that I could do to change that. I mean, it's already happened.
Well, and it's good that it happened. You
Right.
just-
It's a positive thing, and I'm proud of myself for that. And I think what I need to take from that is to just keep doing what I've been doing to get to that point, because I got to that point for a reason. And the last thing that I want to do is lose out on what I had by worrying about things that I can't control.
Have you ever changed your swing since you started playing?
Is that even a question?
Like constantly? I mean, or do you do
I
it
think
subconsciously almost?
the golf swing is like an ebb and flow kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you have it one day, you're like, take a picture, take a video, get me out on the biggest tournament you have. I got this.
Yeah.
And you come out the next day, the very next day,
And can't.
and you're going, go away. I don't want to play. I don't want to play in this tournament. I'm going to shoot 150 with this swing.
All right, Lexi.
Do you analyze it though? I mean, do you look at
Right.
video and-
I am a very visual learner. I will videotape my swing, look at what's going on, look at different like planar things and club face and different all that mechanical jazz, but then you got to forget it. Once you look at it, once you focus on it, you train it, you got to let it go,
Gotta
and you
feel
just
it.
got to
You gotta
swing it.
feel it.
All right, it's football season. You enjoy watching the other teams on campus.
Oh,
The
I-
Mustangs are hosting the number 1 ranked team in the Central Section in Clovis.
Traveling.
Traveling. That's right.
Clovis,
Traveling
Yes,
up there.
we're traveling to Clovis tomorrow night.
Are
and
you going up there tomorrow night?
I believe I am with
Yes.
my dad.
Oh, all right. How do the Mustangs? Do you have? I know it's going to be a biased view, but you excited about this game tomorrow night?
I'm very excited. I think that Clovis is obviously a great team, but I'm a diehard, and I have all the faith in the world in our boys, and I believe in the work that they've put in, and I respect their hard work. I see them as hardworking athletes such as myself, and we have a mutual respect for each other, and a lot of them are my good friends, and I love to see them be successful.
That was a really nice way of saying right up to the point where I think they're going to win without quite going that far. Yeah. No, it's going to be tough.
I'm not going to sit here and predict anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's your guys' job. But if I have
and
any,
we will do that, by the way.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right.
we'll do that in the next segment.
and because I'm definitely a biased person, I love Stockdale. I love our student section. Go Black Hole. So I think you're asking the wrong girl because I'm Stockdale diehard.
I will say
Forever.
it's a big game for Stockdale in the sense that even when they have seemingly had a better team than Clovis, they've struggled in this series, and it would be for the Brett Shelton era, a stepping stone. I mean, it'd be a really big win.
Right. Coach Shelton's done a great job.
I was going to say something.
I think
I'll save it.
Oh, okay.
he's done a great job with the boys, and I think that they like to play for him. And
it sure
like I
seems like
said,
that.
Stockdale has a legacy of having wonderful coaches and wonderful athletes, and Coach Shelton is also an image of that. I think he fits the standard of a Stockdale athletic coach.
Well, he was a Mustang himself 10 years
Yes, he
ago,
was.
so of course.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the standard, you are the standard of girls golf in Kern County right now, and we appreciate you coming in to join us. Congratulations on everything so far.
Thank you so much.
Good luck
Thank
the
you for
rest of the
having
way.
me.
We appreciate it. Lexi Keene of Stockdale. She's a junior now. She's still around for a couple more years, and I'm sure we'll bug you again and get you in here if that's okay.
Awesome.
All right. We're going to take a break on BVarsity Live. When we come back, we're going to talk some football, do some predictions, and get to that part of the week because it's coming up right after this.